is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic. Yeah, with Jake and Tyler. What?
Episode 256.
56.
I'm Jake.
I'm Tyler.
You should know by now. It's 256 episodes.
Well, we do sound a lot alike. We're two white guys. I mean,
I blame the fact that we're in Iowa. That's
like if it was Will Forte and Bill Hader, like I could totally tell which one was which because they have fairly even Jason Sudeikis jumping in there. I'd be like, I can tell who's who. But you and me?
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got you got a little bit more raspiness to your voice for the cigarettes.
Yeah. Smart. Smart. That's a
good for singing.
Marketing technique.
Tyler Allen's
throat capacity is at 0.
Did I tell you about when I had some friends over a couple months ago? It was and they're outside. They were smoking a cigarette, and they were standing. I can't remember how it looked, but I was like, I need to take a picture of this. So I took a picture of them, and I go, now do a picture of you like doing a stretch. I took a picture, and I'm like, for whatever reason, you look like one of those old-timey cigarette ads, like healthy man cigarettes, like before they started to realize, oh, these things are killing people. Have a cigarette every night before bed.
Make sure before you do your leg stretches that you do have a cigarette. The tar will make your muscles strong.
Yeah, it was healthy man cigarettes. I always get a nice drag after lifting weights. Like
full tar. For health.
For health. Yeah.
Filterless. Get the smoke right in there.
I wanted to.
But then they realized, wait, we can put addictive chemicals in the filters.
Ooh. So you want to?
And now look where I'm at.
Which is kind of insane.
Dumb fuck.
Which is kind of insane.
If I can talk to 18-year-old Tyler at all, the one thing I would say is, don't fucking start smoking, you asshole.
Hey, can I point something out why I think capitalism doesn't make sense? One of the reasons, and I'm
one of them.
I'm going to provide it in a way that an idiot like me can understand.
Okay.
That is a great point about cigarettes, and you could apply that to cheeseburger, like McDonald's, Burger King. You could apply that to soda companies. You could apply that to pretty much any company in this country and point out that, all your shit's killing people, and soon you're not going to have anybody to buy your product.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, shit does not work. We tried it for 250 years, and it's not working.
There's an actuary somewhere who's like, okay, if we can get people hooked to our thing by this age, and they die by this age, that's
cancer,
a perfectly acceptable rate, because from here to here, they're going to give us this much profit.
Right. And then our buddies in the health insurance industry are going to make so much fucking money after what we did to them. And now these people made their choices.
Laka, dude.
People did choose, but we did also put addictive chemicals in our shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to, you know what? Before you actually come in here for your cancer treatment, we're going to need to see an ID and a credit report. Do you have insurance? No.
Well,
I guess we're obligated to help you, I guess.
We put your heart back in because your insurance was canceled, so we're just going to leave you with the shitty heart so you can fucking rot, you poor bastard.
You're about to die, and we're going to also put you on the street. Here is a box of cookies and a bottle of water.
Okay, we'll get to we'll actually get to the show here in a second. But
God bless.
I will tell you this right now. More than ever, I've been playing a shit ton of Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay, why?
Because it's a good game.
Okay. Is that your LONGBOX?
No. Okay. But I will say this. That game, I told you about some of the stuff with how there's these things called corporate wars in the lore where it's this company wanted to buy this company, but so did this company, and they got so big they hired private militaries and fought each other. Guys, that's not 50 years in the future.
That's right now.
That's right now. And it's weird how it's almost like we have been saying in our art for years, and especially in sci-fi, hey guys, stop, because we're going to hit this part. We're going to hit this apex, and everything's going to collapse, but you're not listening.
I'm just glad we're here to witness it.
Anyway,
So
let's
anyway.
talk about things we're enjoying in this shithole world. It's a long box.
That intro is way too long.
It freaks me out every time.
Get it? Long box.
Oh! All right. So this past weekend,
You went to
a
the
Ren Faire
Nerd Festival.
in Des Moines.
Nerds! Sorry.
There's a Des Moines.
How was it?
The Des Moines Ren Fair was last
Were
week.
there good-looking babes?
There's some. Well, I mean that's everywhere. There's pretty people everywhere you go.
True.
But no, well, I know what you're saying, and yes, there's some really good, like really cool cosplay. I had to be quick because I paused too bad. I was like, no, some really prime ass there, Tyler. No.
There was a lot of skin, and it was well.
I mean, I was with my
presented.
wife, but I was looking.
Oh my lord!
No, but there's some really cool cosplay.
Did you guys dress up?
No. To be quite well, first of all, I didn't.
Kind of disappointed.
I found
Last time I left, I heard you telling your son, "We're gonna have to dress up in pirate costumes." You fucking cheater!
All right. First of all, I didn't say that. I never said that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I said
maybe
maybe.
it was-
I
maybe-
always say maybe.
Whatever.
I never speak in absolutes. You know who do that? The Sith. Anyway.
Also, DC books.
Oh yeah, absolute. Yeah, we're talking about those today. So yeah, we went to the Ren Fair. Yeah, no, we did not dress up, because we were so fucking busy last month, and then I got to a point where I was like, I don't have time to think about this.
I'm so disappointed.
Well, I could have. I have costumes.
I
and
know
shit.
you could have. That's what pisses me
I'm
off.
lazy. What do you want from me?
Fucking.
Well, again, I only found out about it a couple weeks before because my wife.
Weeks. Give me 3 days. I got a costume.
Oh, you shut the fuck up. Because I know you're going to bitch about me talking in your long box. Because you do it every fucking episode.
I talked during. Okay.
Also, what? We didn't even check the time on swearing.
Oh, who cares?
You do.
Was that the first time we said fuck
No,
or shit?
For sure didn't.
Really?
Like, I feel like we said fuck before
I have
that.
no idea. I'm sure
You
we
haven't
did.
sang yet.
I won't.
Yet.
You know what?
Yet, America.
You know what? I won't.
Or wherever you're listening to this. I keep forgetting to tell this story.
Keep forgetting.
So anyway,
Not in love and
we
I
took our
fucking did it. God damn it!
yeah,
I was gonna go a whole episode.
not even.
What time is it?
Not even like 30 seconds after saying that, dude. Maybe 10 seconds.
You said I can't forget, or I keep forgetting, and I was like, "Well,
you do my vocal stem. Keep forgetting.
what time is it
Time for you to watch.
on the show? How much time is
It was like 7:40 or something like that.
That's pretty good.
Almost 8 minutes is pretty good for you because it's usually like instant. Wait, no, I won't count that because we kind of sang out of the theme, but I won't count that against you.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Because it's a thing we just made up.
Get it on with it.
Well, let me. You piece of shit.
Okay.
So before even going to this Ren Fair, I said, because she was looking up stuff about it before going, and she goes, I worried you're going to spend a lot of money, is what she said. I go, what are you talking about? Me? And she goes, yeah. Because she's listing off all the, because it's a Ren Fair, so you're going to have armor and cool shit and weapons and cool shit. So I was like, I'll be fine. I folded within seconds. I'm not kidding you. One of the first vendors I saw, I'm like, I'm buying that. And I told her that I will say, if there was a Leviathan axe or the Blades of Chaos from the God of War video games, I was probably going to buy one. Sure enough, I found in my hands, I'm holding them right. You can hear the chains. I found these Blades of Chaos for like $30, $35. It was fun to take my son to it. I would recommend if you have a young kid, like a 3 or 4 year old, like we have. Any age really could go, but it was a fun family thing. There was a good amount of stuff to do. I had a fucking giant turkey leg because I'm gonna go to Ren Fair. I'm gonna eat a giant turkey leg.
Fuck yeah, you are, dude.
I bought the Blades of Chaos. It was a moment where I'm like, you are such my child. When the first thing we do he beelines it to this fucking end cap of weapons. He just sees all the toy weapons and he's like, I'm going there. And I'm like, all right. First thing he does, he goes right for the Mjolnir hammer, the Marvel one, picks it up, takes it, and goes, God of Thunder! And it's like hard plastic, so it can't break, but it smacks the ground. I'm like, you're such my kid. And I was like, but we're not getting that because it was like $50. And then they had a fucking full size like hard plastic Stormbreaker. It was pretty cool. Like the vendors at these things are so awesome. Like they were like, if you're really into cosplay and stuff, there's so many cool like armor pieces. They like real metal armor pieces they would have, and like
I'm not,
but there are people that are into that.
Good for them.
So we went down there, went through all that, and then there was like they had like a fencing thing that they were doing. It was pretty cool, so we watched some of that. But the Blades of Chaos actually was a brilliant parenting move by me, completely unintentional. But when I bought them, because there was one that was broken off there, and it was just one, and he was going to sell that half price, and that was one that my son was into. But I'm like, if I'm going to buy the fucking Blades of Chaos, I'm getting a chain with it. So I bought the pair, not thinking this, but my son goes, I want one. And I go, okay. And I hand it to him, and then I try and give him the other one. He goes, no, I have this one, you have that one. And I'm like, cool. So it proceeded to be like this really funny leash kind of situation where like we were just tethered to each other the whole time. And so many people complimented me. We're like, that's actually a really cute and acceptable child leash, because I'm not, some people have hangups about it. I don't know. That's not what I'm really getting into, but it was just funny consistently seeing people laugh, being like, oh, he took that toy and made it a thing, like made it a fun thing for the kid. The jousting was fun. They had some of that.
I thought it was pirate themed.
There was like a whole like pirate section. It was kind of split into sections because it was like, there was like a pirate theme, but it was also open to like all fantasy stuff. Of
course.
Because it's a Ren Fair, why wouldn't it be? So there was a
RoboCop?
Dude. No, there was a very impressive Deadpool, like head to toe Deadpool. I was like, I'm like, that looks like it's hot as hell. By the way, it was fucking way too hot for May. It was like 80s, like high 80s. So it was kind of miserable at parts because we're out in the sun all day. But
I slept a lot.
We went to the Viking section.
Yeah.
And I was mad because my kid I didn't commit to it because they had war paint. And I wanted to get some war paint. And then you could also get like your name and runes, like Nordic runes. I was like, the Viking section was dope. I really liked that. But yeah, it was a fun time. We've already said like, yeah, we definitely want to try and do it next year. And then we're going to dress up for sure next year. And then, I think there's some other things that like if there's more in the summer, I'd like to do more different ones. I tried to convince my wife. I was like, "What about LARPing?" as a joke. She's like, "I have a line. The Ren Fair is the line." But I'm like, "All right, fine." So maybe we will do Des Moines Con. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
It's next weekend. We haven't decided.
We're gonna protest it. We're gonna stand outside. We can't afford a booth, so we made our own.
We can't afford a booth. We can't afford a booth. Give us some food. We can't afford a booth. Yes!
What?
That's right.
That's what the fucking manager of the con is.
What?
What?
Give us a pretzel. Give us some comic books.
They say, get out of here. And then we have to go in our cars, and then we say, executive producer Larry David.
If you want us to leave, the first thing you need to do is go back in there and go to all the girls who are cosplaying as Sailor Moon and say, hello.
Tyler, this is flying too close to prostitute.
Right. No. I just...
Sir, legally I cannot do that.
Before we continue,
oh, shit, that's so funny.
I started realizing that like really beautiful women were like going to these comic conventions like years ago, and I was like, okay, finally, like I have an in with like a beautiful woman because I'm nerdy, and if they're nerdy, right? And
you got cosplay too, though. Man.
My brother almost 10 years ago, I want to say. I had a booth at the first Wizard Con. It was called Wizard Con.
Yeah, because it was a Wizard Con for a while, and then they changed
he had
it
a
to the
booth at the
Moicon.
first one.
Yeah.
And so I helped watch it on Saturday with him. So I was there all day Saturday, and I'm walking around, and I'm having the same, about the same response rate with nerdy girls as I do with pretty
Regular
much
women.
all regular women, yeah. And
Non-nerdy women.
I remember realizing as I was walking out, I saw these two like really just hot babes, and they were Sailor Moon cosplay.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's a great cosplay. Can I get a picture with you or whatever? And they were like, cool, yeah, whatever. And it was like, huh. I still don't have a chance with you. Even though you're dressed up as like a nerdy
honestly, that
Japanimation thing.
The first Comic-Con I went to was the one in Omaha, one of the local ones there.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I've ever like taken pictures with people cosplaying, and it is funny how easy it is because obviously
they worked hard on it,
and they want to show it off. That's the whole reason to do it, is for people who want to be like, "Oh, you look really cool. I want to take a picture with you." Like that's the whole thing, and then they can make a lot of fucking money in those competitions and stuff. Like they're especially like the one in Kansas City. That's
I'm not
a
getting
pretty
into that shit, but yeah. I mean,
you know what you should do one year.
Seeing really cool cosplay is really cool.
One year, you and I should go to the KC Con, Planet Comic Con.
Shut the hell up.
It's fun. You shut up.
So my long box this week is a show called Banshee. Now, I was telling you about this week. I couldn't figure out Danish television in my hotel. So when I would get back to my hotel, like we'd watch TV at my friend's house, and whatnot. But when I got back to my hotel, I was like, okay. So I pulled out my my laptop. I couldn't get Prime Video on my laptop. I don't know why. So I'm like, okay, what can I get on my laptop? And I thought HBO Max, and I went and I saw this show, and it was called Banshee, and I'm like, oh, it's Anthony Starr. And I was like, oh, holy shit, like this is his new show after The Boys.
Yeah.
So I watched like a couple episodes. The next day I'm talking to my friend, and we're about to watch The Boys. I think it was episode 6. Yeah. And we're about to watch it, and I was like, hey, da-da-da. And she's like, no, I can't, because Homelander's shit, and I can't,
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I definitely suggest, like, trying it, because it's interesting. Find out that, no, it's been over for a long time, like 10 years.
Yeah.
It was 4 years from 13 to 16. And when I worked at MediaCom, okay, they gave us a promo disc, and it had Game of Thrones, Banshee, and I can't remember that. Maybe, there was one other one on there, one other show. Maybe Breaking Bad. I don't know. But there were 3 shows on there, and they were promos, and we would get promos all the time when I worked at MediaCom, and that was one of them. And I remember looking at it and being like, "Oh, Liv Schreiber's got a show," because it looks like Liv Schreiber. And I was like, that doesn't really. I read the synopsis. I'm like, that doesn't really interest me, so I didn't even watch. Oh, True Detective was the other show. So it's like 3 really good shows, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't care to watch Banshee because I was like, whatever. And so obviously years later, now I know Anthony Starr as Homelander. Mm-hmm. Okay. And having seen him out of character, he looks very different.
Yeah.
He's dark. He's got dark hair. He's got a beard, whatever. And so I'm watching the show, and so Banshee is a show where he plays a character who gets out of jail after 15 years, and he goes to find his girlfriend, and she's living under an assumed identity, and he somehow through a series of unfortunate events becomes the new sheriff of this Banshee County in Pennsylvania, where there's a lot of Amish.
Yeah.
And there's also a Indian reservation.
Funny because he's playing an American again.
Huh?
It's funny that he's playing an American again.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's Kiwi.
Well, yeah, So this show is interesting because I'm one of those people who demands a little bit of realism in my fighting scenes and whatnot. I demand it because there's times when you're like, that person's dead, whatever. But somehow this show like goes way over the top with this shit, like ridiculously so. Like shit happens that would never happen in real life. the bravado, the drama, the murdering, the fucking violence, the sex. Oh my God. Every episode has like 3 or 4 like gratuitous. Like we're talking like naked and a guy's ass like, you know what I mean? Like we're talking almost MacGruber style gratuitous, right?
Because the show my wife has been watching.
Because a lot of shows have realistic. Yeah, what show?
It's called Off Campus, but she's been watching. I've been just playing. It's one of those things where she's watching it and I'm playing my PlayStation on a separate screen. But it's one of those things where like that is a lot of sex, and I'm like, all right, they're fucking. The
Boys was the same way. They had when their sex scenes were very gratuitous.
They're the man inside a tiny little man inside a man's penis. But anyway, there's a lot of just fucking in that show.
Yeah, a lot of fucking and a lot of violence. And to be really honest, like it's an interesting show because they're running away from his girlfriend's dad is this gangster, and they're running away from him. He's also dealing with all the shit in the town. And there's like this guy Ulrich Thompson who plays
the Amish Mafia,
who plays Sinestro.
Oh,
in the Lantern show, he's this Amish. He was banished from the Amish community when he was really young, and he made himself a criminal empire. So he's Amish, and he's like the businessman in town, but he's also like everybody knows he's dirty, right? Mm-hmm. Deals drugs and all that shit. So it's just an interesting story because again, like the violence is so over the top that you're like. Sometimes you're like, okay, get on with it. Like, let's see the next scene because I know this person isn't dying, whatever. And just some of it just doesn't make any sense. Like, this one character is killed at the end of last season who was leaving the force anyway. It's like, why did you kill the character?
He's already going to leave the show.
Like, the actor's not coming. You know what I mean? Like, what was that all about? And it's just a weird storyline that there's a lot of loose ends that pop up and then, like, get chopped off and you never hear about it. It's not a great show, but it was popular enough that it made 4 seasons. Probably
one of the reasons he got Homelander.
Probably because he is naked a lot, and he is definitely.
I meant like acting wise.
Well, he's naked a lot, and he's just this guy who's full of rage, and he does a lot of his own stunts. So like a lot of the fight scenes are interesting. There was one that I was watching an episode today before I came here, and this guy is standing outside, and this Indian woman throws a hatchet at him and buries it in his right pec, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And she's like, "Hey, before here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kill you, and then I'm gonna go in there and gut your boss." And he's like, "I don't think so." And he pulls the hatchet out, and they have this whole fight, and the fight like he was washing the Rolls Royce. And the fight goes over and through and around and under the Rolls Royce. It's very Deadpool and Wolverine-esque.
Yeah.
And then he fucking uses the hood ornament from the Rolls Royce to gash her throat open and then pull her windpipe out with his hand. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's like, come on. Really?
Well, the gash in the throat is enough. Why are you ripping out a windpipe?
It's just somebody was like, "Hey, this is fun. Let's do this." And starting with the season 2, I'm on season 3 and there's 4, like I said. Starting with season 2, they started doing the, stay tuned after the episode for a zoom in on this episode, type of thing.
Behind the scenes.
Right. And so I started watching those, and clearly the actors are having fun with it. And like there's a lot of the draw, I think, for the actresses especially, is that there's a lot of stunt work and action sequences that they might not see in other projects. So they're really appreciative of that, and that's why they kind of love working on the project, even though they pretty much have to show their tits every episode, which I guess is fine.
So he did a good amount of his own stunts in that?
Huh?
Anthony started a good amount of his own stunts?
Yeah, because they talk about how the one thing they wanted to keep was most of the actors being able to do their own stunts because it looks funky.
It is hard because you have to cut around the other person. But or you do something really stupid like fucking CG someone's face on a body, then you make it look like it's something out of a PS2 game.
There's a moment in True Lies.
Oh,
There's a moment when he's in the opening sequence where he's running down the mountain and there's guys after him, and you can clearly see in two different shots. One, he's running towards you. The other one is when he turns around to shoot on his back while he's sliding on his back.
Yeah.
And that's totally his stuntman with a wig on. You know what I mean?
Well, it's even worse now because everything's getting like upscaled. So now all that shit is getting more
I can
visible.
tell back in the day, like they did their best.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the reason why I wanted to do this, I've been watching for a couple weeks now, but the reason why I wanted to do that for LONGBOX is because one of our favorite shows finished this week.
Yeah.
And
Today,
we are going to get into it
We're
now.
talking about it as it happened.
The Boys finale, season 5, episode 8, Blood and Bone.
Blood and Bone, yeah. I do think it's funny that you mentioned his stunt work. Anthony Starr's stunt work in that show because he's your age. He's 50.
Yeah, I can't do stunts.
Well, he said I'm 50 now. I'm too old for that shit. That's why he's like That's why he liked doing Homelander. Because he doesn't really have to do a lot of stunt work.
Not really, no.
The most he had to do was that famous clip of him and Gen V when he's like, he immediately drops his American accent and just goes, fuck off. Because they lifted him like 80 feet almost, it looked like, in the air on that crane before they put him down. And he talked about how he has a fear of heights. And then he brought about, like, yeah, he did stunt work in that show, but he's like, I don't fucking do stunt work anymore. I'm too old.
That's brutal stunt work too.
So let's get into the finale.
So
obviously spoilers.
Before we start, let me just say that I have to say this is probably, I've seen a lot of finales over my years, and a lot of them don't work out. A lot of them try to do too much. A lot of them forget that we just want to see the threads and the loose ends and everything tied up. And you know what we like sometimes is a happy ending. Yeah. And to be really brutally honest,
in this show, it needed one.
This gave us all of that. It wrapped up all of the threads. It gave us happy endings for most of the characters. Obviously, Homelander and Butcher are dead. Father is dead, which I love how they killed him.
That was awesome.
That was great.
I need a new job.
Yeah. No, but finally he gets a fucking thing that won't pop off when she's fucking him in the ass.
Yeah.
And he uses it to plug up his mouth.
Yeah. Because he's just as much into that S&M shit as Ashley is, which is funny.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it blows his fucking head up is amazing.
While we're on it, and we'll circle back to the beginning, but while we're on it, because it was so great, and no, in case you were all wondering, I'm not resigning. That was former President Ashley.
That was the most unbelievable thing about the episode is that Congress would actually do their job. That's so many people are making that joke.
Right? Yeah, no
But
shit.
yeah, immediately fucking impeached.
So great. So great. So fucking
that's the thing.
great.
That's the thing. I truly think that every character had a satisfying end.
Yeah.
Every character.
The
Deep
made it.
ate it the way he should have. Homelander turned into a sniveling fucking baby the minute he was depowered, and it was amazing. Ashley getting fucking impeached, Sage becoming normal and being like, I'm gonna go to Orlando and just go to the theme parks because we're all fucked.
Harry Potter, by the way, folks.
Okay, I have a lot of positive things. I'm in the same boat as you. I loved it. I felt like it was a really good way to wrap up
Huey
the
and
show.
Starlight, Mother's Milk,
Yeah,
Kamiko. I will say the one scene that hit me really hard was when Kamiko was eating the thing. But here's why. I was just in Europe, and that reminds me of how much I miss Europe. I'm serious. Just sitting in a coffee shop and having like a really good pastry.
Yeah.
And just not fucking worrying about shit. Because you want to know why? People aren't worried about shit over there. Wonder why. Anyway. You just said positives. I'm trying to think. I can't think of one negative thing.
I have some issues.
Wow, well, fuck you then.
I do have a few issues with it. I want to also kind of get out of this.
Oh, the Gen V stuff?
Yeah, that pissed me off. But anyway,
okay, there's a negative. Yeah.
Let me roll it back here.
All right.
This season, these last two seasons have gotten a lot of criticism. This season is getting torched online because they feel like the pacing, and I think it's because of the marketing. I think they interpreted that it was going to be scorched earth the entire season, and like Homelander was going to fucking dominate everything.
I don't understand like why people.
And I got
and
I like what and to me, I like how Kripke defends it. He's like, this is the same show.
Yeah,
nothing
that
is
you've been watching for 5 years, assholes.
You like the issues with the pacing is like, and because he's the one who came out and was like, yes, there's a benefit to releasing weekly, but he says this is what you run into is people complaining about pacing issues when it's week to week instead of a binge.
Yep.
And I feel like if you were to go back to start to episode 1 and watch it all the way through, I feel like it would have a through line just like every other season. I could see the argument that season 3 was its peak, and I could very well give you that because season 3 was great.
Sure.
But this ending was what it needed to be, except for the Gen V shit. So we spend 2 seasons building up these characters in that show to help with the Homelander, and the only way they do it is driving a fucking van to Canada? Like, that was the only part where it's like, you guys wrote yourself into a fucking corner with these characters, didn't know how to get out of it, so you made up some bullshit. Because they made a big deal in that Gen V show that she could kill Homelander.
Yes.
And like, she killed a V1
We see
suit.
her in the fucking first episode of season 5. We see her talking to Starlight.
Yeah, Starlight visits her. Well, no, it's the
see
first.
her again
no.
until 7. Until episode 7.
It's the first episode. No. It's the first episode of season 2 of Gen V is when Annie talks to her. Well, no. You're right. She calls. She calls her.
That was the first thing, and you're like, oh, cool. This is where they come in. Gone for 6 episodes.
Even if she gets fucking lasered or something, I would complain about that, sure. But like somebody else said, well, for the people that didn't watch Gen V, it would be weird to introduce those characters then. And then why the fuck did you do it? You wasted 2 seasons, and then you canceled a 3rd season. Amazon did. And I do think there is a little bit of criticism to draw on of like, why are we spending so much time with Soldier Boy's past to set up this fucking Vought Rising show? By the way, there's another boys show in Mexico that got announced like 16 years ago, and we haven't talked about that.
Spin-off.
That is where I'm frustrated. Let this shit die here. Like, it should just end here. I don't need Vought Rising. I don't need anything else. I feel like this should, because this was so good, I'm like, that's fine. Leave it as it is. Even though they did leave it open.
Stop breaking shit.
And then there's one other criticism I have.
You're just a dick.
No, really, that was my biggest complaint, was the Gen V kids.
Yeah.
But I felt
honestly,
like that,
whatever.
And I felt like they did spend too much of this season kind of trying to set that Vought Rising shit up. Although, I do appreciate the character moments that we got with Soldier Boy, because Jensen Ackles is so good as Soldier Boy.
I'm going to watch Vought Rising. Why not?
I mean, we will, but I'm just like, I feel like...
We'll probably watch The Boys, Mexico, whatever.
Well, this should... Well, I feel like the Vought Rising thing should probably come out between 3 and 5, in between those seasons.
Yeah, not afterwards.
Because it's weird to go backwards after you just finished. It's like coming and then kissing again. I don't know, I was making a bad joke.
Okay, let's be romantic.
Okay, I take it back. Now just give me a nice little peck.
Oh, fuck!
It's a kiss on the... No, I would say like a kiss on the cheek. Like,
can I have a handshake?
Yeah.
Oh, you drained my fucking balls!
Mwah. I love you.
Mwah.
Good night.
I have to
Although that kind of sounds nice.
You know what? I've done that.
Just a peck on the forehead. Just
right after a big old blow and busted a big old load. Oh my god.
We're gonna cut all that out.
Were we just talking about trying to talk to somebody about carrying our podcast? Not anymore.
Well, that part's cut. So
you cut that. You're a dead man.
Scorched earth. Scorched earth.
Too fucking right.
So, let's talk about it. I wanted this setup to that of when he comes into the room and he goes, "Oi, Daddy's home," and it's like, fucking finally, we're finally gonna get, because they have fought before, but god damn it, that moment is so good because
I liked the last fight.
Because he says, he quotes Homelander back to him. He says the blood and bone thing. He says scorched fucking earth, and there's another bit, blood and bone, and then Homelander just stands up and says, "All right, bitch, let's go." Like, that's it. I love it. But anyway, you like this fight?
The fight overall was just really good. Ryan coming in to help at the last minute.
Well, even
how Kimiko finally got the fire going.
Well, I love the three
and then
fights.
Everybody's done.
I love the three interconnected
Yeah,
fights because
and
you
then-
had O-Father and Huey and MM fighting. Then you had Starlight fucking flying off. The minute they got in the sand, I'm like, that fuc's going in the water. Which is a beautiful payoff to this season.
Yes.
And his story, really, because fuck the Deep. He's a great actor, but fuck that guy.
Dude, the fact that
character.
Homelander literally tells him, like, this is all I've done is to show you how worthless you are. And he's still, like, defending Homelander to Starlight. The final fight between Butcher and Homelander, especially after Homelander has no powers, and he's just kicking his ass.
Oh, so, but before that, I wanted to
and
talk...
then he fucking breaks his fucking... What?
I want to talk about this before that. When... because the part where Kimiko gets the power to do it, because they kept the setup before that, they depower Sage because Sage is talking shit about Frenchie to get her to blast her, because he's like, oi, you had to be really mad to do it.
We had to spill some tea on you.
I said, no.
Whatever that means.
Hey, I'm serious. I didn't mean it. She didn't mean it.
Yeah, my bitch.
So then she's like, fuck it, I'm dumb now, so I see you at the end of the world. Oh, it's so quiet. So that moment when she's trying to power up, or when she starts to do it, I wanted to see. There was a really brief moment that was really great by Anthony Starr. He's fucking great in the scene, but where he just goes, like, this look of fear, and then going, no, like that, just being, and then immediately just starts to be like, I'm fucking flying out of here, which. I love it when you think he's getting away, and then boom, here comes Ryan. You're like, hey, Ryan, payoff.
Or Butcher grabs him, or whatever.
Yeah, or then he gets the tentacle and grabs him. Like, they're like, no, you gotta.
I just loved that he just cracked his fucking skull open with a fucking crowbar.
That's how he kills him in the book.
Great effects.
That's another thing. I think they did a good of a job as they could have with this adaptation of the ending for the book. I think it's a better ending in the book because I hate the whole Black Noir twist in the book.
What's the Black Noir twist?
That it's a clone. He's a clone of Homelander, and he's really been the one doing all the shit. And that the Homelander that we know really wasn't. He couldn't remember if he was doing it or not. And then we find out he didn't really do it. So those two fight each other. And then after Homelander that we know defeats Black Noir. No, wait. I don't fucking care. Anyway, the end, that whole ending sequence, I was telling you this, is just perfection, because it really goes to I'm a little worried about people's media literacy and just how fucking dumb people are in general, because I saw so many people bitching about this season, so many people bitching about this fight, saying it wasn't scorched earth enough. I'm like, it was Ryan, Butcher, and Homelander ending their stories. It had to be those three in that moment to end those arcs. Ryan finally stops Homelander. Butcher finally gets his revenge. That's how it has to be. And this whole people trying to argue logic drive me fucking crazy. Because they're bitching because moments ago, for a joke, he takes the Elon Musk character and just throws him into space. And he goes, you said he was an astronaut, and I put him in space.
Just fucking awesome.
Like, he could shoot straight up to space that fast, but he can't fly away out of this building. It's a goddamn story. They don't really have superpowers. Shut the fuck up. I'm like, there's one thing to be criticize something, but then there's one thing to fucking nitpick like that, because it's like, then you're never going to enjoy a story, because you have to do these things to tell a story.
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing that shit. I'm so tired of it.
Again, the Gen V stuff doesn't bother me enough to, like, not to not mention it, because you kind of have to, but it doesn't bother me enough to ruin the episode.
And the symbolism of the fact that, another thing I was thinking about, the symbolism of Annie being the one to take down Deep after he was the catalyst. His sexual assault of her was this whole catalyst.
Oh, when he says your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, when he's fucking crying and Oi, you crying? But yeah, even then, he's still trying to be like, it's a Robin Hood test. Robin Hood, like the...
Yeah.
Kirk,
just like Sean Connery rewarded Kevin Costner at the end of Robin and Prince of Thieves. You are such a fucking moron.
Yeah. Also, I love when Homelander's shaking him down. Is the first time he's ever calls him Kevin.
Yeah.
Is when he's just being like this fish fucking bitch, pretty much. And yeah, the only reason I kept you alive is to let you know how much I fucking hate you. And it's funny because he's literally directing the rejection that he got, the same attitude that Shoulder Boy gave Homelander, he's giving it to Deep, which is funny. And the fact that, well, even before the fight, the fact that he went back to Ryan to try and win Ryan back, it's like this fucking little bitch is
and Ryan
is
told him
such-
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're a fucking miserable
You're a
little
bitch.
and you throw tantrums, and people are afraid of you, and just because they call you God because they're afraid of you doesn't make you fucking God.
But yeah, the fucking
The
lethargic-
whole the live feed where he's supposed to say I'm your father, and he just goes, no, I am gonna fucking burn you all to the ground. It was like, whoa, because that's Homelander. That's the real.
well,
Homelander.
and then there's also people complaining that like,
and
well,
you
he,
saw all
he
the
got
psychics going like, oh shit, they're all.
There's also people complaining that the V1 didn't really do anything. I'm like, hey guys, you ever heard of a thing called a red herring? Maybe they put that in there to divert you to think. And it also made him cocky. It made him think he is God. So that's why he went scorched earth when he just said, I'm going to fucking kill all of you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
You're all going to die.
yeah. If you don't accept me, I'm gonna
And
fucking
because he
murder
thought
you.
he was that immortal, he let himself he got defeated. And yeah, him punching him was so lethargic. It was so, and just even before that, when he's begging for his life, it's like, yes,
I will eat your shit on live TV.
I will suck your dick. I'll eat your shit. I'll get a shapeshifter to look just like your wife, and you can be with her. No, you ain't nothing. Or I'm a guy. I'm God. You ain't nothing. Pop. So how do you feel about this? So in the book, Butcher goes crazy and systematically kills all the boys and then kills Homelander. We're not doing that this time around. However, I loved how they end Butcher's arc and how he is Homelander too. And that beautiful moment, well, first of all, this show is really a love story between Billy Butcher and Homelander because they hate each other, but they kind of love each other in a way because even Homelander says, I didn't kill you all those times because I wanted this fight. I wanted this. Yeah. And like that sequence afterwards when Butcher's trying to get Ryan back and be like, hey, man, let's go just live just two dudes. We don't have powers and like let's get a fresh start. And he's like, no, you're just as fucking bad as he was.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And rightfully so. And so then, do we need to kill the dog? Do we need to have a dead dog in the show? I mean, come on. But yeah, Terror dies. So now he has no, that was the thing. That was like, all right, so now he has no attachments. So now he's going to go genocidal again because why not? And I love the final fight with him and Huey.
Yep.
Because it's emotional because you know Huey's getting his fucking ass beat. And you can tell Butcher he's like, I don't want to fucking kill you, man. But I will because this is what I want. Because he has kind of a compelling point because he's like, Vought still exists. Soups still exists. No, I'm not saying you just genocide these people, but I see why his line of thinking of like,
Yeah, I get it.
How do you, dude, it's living in America. Anytime a shitty company like Vought does anything, you think, hey, there might be consequences. And then you realize, oh, no, there isn't because they have money.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters in this fucking shithole country.
Yeah, I get it.
Did you hear me, government? This country sucks dick.
Wow, did you just break it?
Yeah, I did. No, they're coming in now.
No, where's the sound?
It's fine. It's good.
I can't hear anything.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Fucker.
Sorry, I went on a tangent again. But no, I see where Butcher's coming from, where it's like it doesn't matter. But
yeah, the final fight was good.
But also Huey's in the right because nothing gives you a right to genocide people. Nothing. So that I love that, and then the thing, like, it's a really good moment because you see Butcher leave his finger off the trigger to send off the virus, but it's too late because Huey already shot him. And then that was a really nice tender moment with the two of them.
Tender love. Between two men.
And again, very similar to how it happens in the comics. Huey kills Butcher in the comics as well. But in the comics, Huey doesn't kill, has a chance to kill him, doesn't at first, but Butcher like goads him into doing it. And I like that this one is Huey had no other choice, because even Butcher at the end says, "No, you had to do it, because I wouldn't have stopped."
Yep.
Yeah, and then we find out that Huey's got his own shop with Starlight. They're pregnant. MM gets back with his wife, and adopts Ryan, I think, is the implication.
Yeah. Welcomes him into the family.
Yeah, because he's like 16 or 17 or whatever. And yeah, Kimiko is... Oh, dude, I cannot forget this moment. So the part where Frenchie says rage doesn't give you strength was fucking beautiful. But I loved the scene before that when Huey goes, "I want you to know you're not a weapon.
Mm.
You've always been... Frenchie always knew you were more than a weapon. You're more than a weapon to us."
And he allowed us to see it.
Yeah. I was like, damn. And in a show filled with shit where you literally the same episode where you have a guy talk about eating it or putting a titanium ball gag in his mouth. You have like really emotional beats like that.
So obviously, the show I was talking about doesn't have the level of comic violence that like this one does, of course, right? It's more grounded in reality. But that's the thing I think that draws me to that show as well as this one. And it is the fact that all of that other stuff is window dressing for a story about what it means to be human and what it means to live in this society and what it means to be an everyday human being and how it makes us suffer and how it makes us rejoice and how it makes us love and how it makes us hate and how it makes us angry and how it makes us sad. And that's what these shows are about, and that's why they're good shows, and that's why people watch them. Yeah. Now, from the outside looking in, these are horrible shows with just mass violence and sex.
Violence, yeah.
Yeah, but you're not paying attention to what is really going on in the show.
There's more to it than that, yeah.
And those are punctuations.
Yeah.
The sex and the violence is punctuating the poignancy of the story that we're watching. I wrote that just now.
No, yeah. I think that when you, at the end of the day, with all the violence and the gore and all that, you still need a strong, beating heart.
You still need a good story.
You have to feel for these characters. You have to care. And like I didn't shed a tear, but I was like, damn, that's so good. Like when she sees him and she's starting to cry. It's a very emotional thing because, like, as someone who has problems with anger, it's really cool to see a show just be like, you think that doesn't make you strong, and realize like real strength comes from being emotional and not relying on your rage and not focusing on that. And yeah, it's also a show about, hey, revenge is never good.
Also, Nazis suck. Fuck Nazis.
Also, I don't know how I feel about Starlight fighting crime pregnant. Kind of dangerous, Huey. Just saying. Also, I love the fact that they left it open to possibly do a sequel if they ever wanted to, because they left the soups in, like all the soups are alive, and the president tried to offer Huey a job, and he's like, "Fuck no." Yeah, I honestly I don't want a sequel series. I'm happy with this. Yeah. And hey, man. Like you said, it's rare a show actually fucking lands the plane.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because this show is famous for a plane that didn't land. Because remember when he lays in it? Honestly, truthfully, I kind of want to go back to season 1 and kind of watch it again. And just, because I'm not like, and you and I are in the same boat, I'm not like other people. I enjoyed this last season. I enjoyed even though I had some problems with season 4, I enjoyed every season of this show.
You know what I do when I watch a show that I maybe don't care for, like, all of it? I just might not watch the next episode. You know what I don't do? I don't go online and start pissing over everything that these people have worked hard on. And also, if you're going to do that, where is your fucking vitriol for the fucking goddamn reality television shit that's making us dumber by the fucking day and allowing this type of government to gain power. Fuck you. Yeah, really?
Hey, you know what?
Ew, fuck you. Let's criticize a good, smart, satirical show that is showing us, holding up a mirror to us and showing us how fucking stupid we are. No, let's not criticize the fucking reality shows which make us dumb.
I want to be clear, and you know this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. You can not like the show. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. But I can't.
Don't watch it,
I can't.
then, and
Yeah,
shut
that's
up.
what I'm saying. We live in an age where you have more entertainment at your fingertips than you possibly should
Watch
have. Than
something
you should
else.
have.
Yes.
Go watch something else.
Well, yay.
Or
I can't believe you're wasting that much time. Now, Faire, we do criticize artistic things and content here too, but we do it walking into it knowing that we may not like it. That's the purpose of the content. Maybe you're trying to create content online by being like, I hate everything. Well, fuck you.
it's just lazy.
Lazy.
It's lazy.
Yeah. Oh, I hate everything.
But you and I have said this, and I mean this. There are sometimes you watch a trailer or you see a clip and you're like, that looks like shit. But when I sit down to watch, but when I sit down to watch a show or whatever, and I've said it on the show, and I will continue to say it on the show, so people understand it. I never, unless it's really bad, like that movie LaQuisha or something.
Yeah.
I never want to go into a movie hating it ever.
No.
Why would I? Why would I want to go into something and waste 2 hours? You know what I mean? Or 3 hours? No. I always want to watch something open-minded.
We went and saw something in the theater that I was very skeptical about, but I ended up liking a lot. What was it? Shit. I've seen so many movies over the years. God.
I don't know.
There was a movie I remember. I was like,
right.
I wanted to. Okay, we gotta
gonna
take
get into
this
books.
fucker out. No.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
That's right.
That's right. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Fuck you.
I always do that. It's counterproductive. All right. In my hand here, I have Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, Guy Gardner.
No, I knew it was a one shot when
It
I
is a
bought it.
one-shot, yes. My dog is chasing his tail, and he stopped.
That was just bizarre. Like, it was very loud.
Pay
too.
attention to me! All right.
Is that fun?
So, yeah, this is mostly a one-shot. That
is a one-shot.
is in the middle of the Green Lantern
I don't know
book.
why I bought it exactly. Look, when I was a kid, I read Justice League International, and I let you borrow it. I don't know if you ever read it, you fucker. But it's one of the greatest comics ever because it's right after Crisis, and it's literally they went to Keith Geffen and J.M. DeMatteis, and they're like, hey, these are the characters you can have for the new Justice League. And they're like, what? These are nobody. These are nobodies. They're Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Black Canary, Shazam. What?
Yeah.
You can also have Batman. And they're like, seriously? Let us have Batman? Holy shit. And it's a great, great comic. And Guy Gardner that is where Guy Gardner became Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
And
That's where he gets punched by Batman in one punch.
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah. So
He's
I had
knocked
to
out
buy
by
it, and I realized something when I was reading this. I don't really like DC Comics.
Other than the absolute books.
Kind of. I really just don't. I don't like. At one point, in one point in this book, they do a joke that is so old. Can I say it for a second? It's like at the end, but it's like, did you really do that joke? Go ahead, and
Yeah.
Talk it.
So it's a story following Guy Gardner because he is paranoid that the Manhunter androids are coming back. They were the ones that hunted Green Lanterns.
And I wouldn't have gotten away with it. Are you fucking serious? A Scooby-Doo fucking joke? Are you fucking serious right now? Gerry Duggan. Are you fucking serious?
The duality of man, because I'm pretty sure last week we did Wonder Man, and you were like, fucking love this book. And then you read this one, you're like, I'm not here for it.
What do you mean?
He wrote both. He wrote Gerry
Well, fuck you for using a goddamn Scooby-Doo joke.
Duggan. So
Anyway.
anyway, I do love the train he made. The constructs are great. So the whole thing is he's paranoid about the Manhunters, and he's off doing stuff. And there's an internal affairs investigation in the Green Lantern
Well,
Corps.
apparently John Stewart created a clone of that.
Oh my God! Time out. I will applaud this book for fucking mocking that because I feel like at parts this book makes fun of it.
The whole idea is stupid that we're in this day and age.
That kind of shit is why
Pulling
people make
fucking bullshit.
That's
like,
why people make fun
well,
of
John
comics.
Stewart created a clone of himself, and now everybody's like, which one is the real? Who fucking cares? Stop it with the clones and shit. Because you wrote yourself into a fucking corner.
So the only way
You're a bad writer.
The only way they find out is when they fight each other. So
yeah, because. Well, only John Stewart can kick my ass.
John Stewart finally,
and of course the guys have to
Will you
beat
let
the
me
shit out of
talk
each
about it
other
for a second. Yeah. So John Stewart finally finds him. Yeah.
Also, there's like 3 artists, and the art changes.
Oh my God,
that
Fuck,
drives
that-
me nuts too. Right?
Writing down the credits for this, I was furious because I whenever we do the description, we always put the books in the description. Normally, it's like 1 artist, 2 artists. There were 4 fucking artists on this book on separate pages, and I cannot stand that shit. Pick. It's a one shot. It's one issue.
You get used to a style, and then it changes.
Yes, for no reason.
And then you get used to that one.
I've
and
always
it changes.
hated that.
So you're
shit.
so you're agreeing with me? This is a shitty fucking book and a bad fucking buy.
The writing. Okay, the things I did like, I did enjoy Guy, and he's just chewing on a.
I know, but he's close to the fucking Howard strip.
Guy and John's interactions are what make the book enjoyable for me. But overall, I think it's a weird. I'm with you. I think there's some things that frustrate me, like this whole fucking clone John Stewart is just reeks of shitty '90s books.
Yeah. We're still doing that.
Yeah. And it's like, that's the shit why people make fun of comic books. That's the shit.
And soap operas.
But yeah, in and of itself, I mean, the art changing every like 3 or 4 pages is frustrating. At the end of the day, it only exists to set him up to be in that Green Lantern book. Yeah. And yeah, it's also, I think we're riding the popularity of the DCU, and he's going to be in the Lantern show, and he was in Superman last year.
Sure.
So
Yep.
whatever.
And Nathan Fillion killed it.
No, and I give it a C.
Before we move on to the next book,
Points for internal affairs of the Green Lanterns. That's funny.
No.
That's funny as shit.
No.
I'm sorry. That's funny to me.
no,
Why not?
because the character.
So you're gonna tell me that Green Lantern shouldn't be investigated?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Wow, dude, I know you were pro police state.
Yep. Me and fascists like that, buddy.
I mean, you could argue like
That's why I wrote a song called "Fuck Fascists."
I would like to think that the fail-safe for that would be like that the Ring chose them, so maybe they wouldn't really need internal
No,
affairs.
I just think because it's a tired joke. The entire character is a bad joke, just like the fucking Scooby-Doo joke. Hey, here's a guy who has no business having authority over the lanterns. God, just enough, Gerry Duggan. You suck.
But you liked
suck.
But you liked Wonder Man.
Yeah, well,
I don't like this.
yeah.
What'd you give it? I said C.
I give it a D.
For dick.
D for
I could write a book about what you don't know.
dipshit. Wow. I wasn't even
That
going
was
that
too
far.
That was
yeah,
too,
what
that
up,
was
dude?
Too, that
Come
was
on,
too.
man.
I'm sorry, Gary.
Yeah, Gerry.
Or Jerry? Is it Jerry or Gary?
Whatever. Who gives a shit? He's a dipshit.
I'm sorry, Duggan.
He's a dipshit.
You gotta say it like that. Duggan.
Sorry, Duggan. Duggan. God damn it, Duggan. Again. Duggan. Again, Duggan.
Dang it.
Duggan.
I think you say it does sound like you're saying dang it.
Duggan. I get mad and I go, Ali Farouk Manesh.
All right.
You and I, baby.
So,
You and I, Panthers.
absolute Martian Manhunter, number 11 by Deniz Camp and Javier Rodriguez.
Are we at the end yet? Are we getting close to the fucking end?
This is the second to last issue.
Yeah, I know.
So this one picks up where the last one went off, where the Martian has remerged with John, but he also has the other Martian that's there, the negative one. And I mean, I'd sent this picture of you. I still fucking love it. I'm probably gonna buy the the giant volume of it
Sure.
when all 12 come out.
Sure.
I'm enjoying this book.
It's very pretty
So,
to look at.
I just love how surreal and weird it is. Like I don't know, you don't know what's reality. No, so John is running from
I live that every day, man.
the G-men type guys that removed the Martian from him in the first place. And while he's doing that, he's having internal conflicts. And again, just some of the shots in this like, or the panels where he's like, literally the two of them are fighting, shooting beams, and it's in his face, and you're seeing, hey, remember this fond memory of your dad and all this good stuff. And the bad Martian's like, hey, remember he died? And it's just like, as someone who deals with mental health, it's like, that's a pretty accurate depiction of what your thoughts can do to you sometimes. Sure. And I do love that this whole time that's happening, this evil guy is just antagonizing him, and then we cut back to the influence of the white Martian still impact. Other Martians showed up, I guess. I don't know if
Tyler's dead, apparently.
Yeah, that's what they think.
They say at some point that he died.
That was what the evil Martian was saying. We don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure we'll find out in the next issue.
He did eat the tainted chocos. Cookies, remember?
Yeah. Maybe he is dead. That'd be pretty crazy. It's not exactly anger, but anger comes the closest, and they're talking about is the Martian is fighting. It's really cool art, obviously, because this has been great art, but the idea of, like, the Martian trying to protect him, and then the evil one still, like, talking shit in his ear, and then we see more about what happened with him and his partner, and they intercut that what's happening in reality. And this is the one that I sent you in a text, so I'm like, I fucking love this book. So they're having this firefight with these agents, and then at the end, he's like, goodness and humanity? Sorry, pal, I just don't get it. And then it cuts to a panel on the bottom of the page with the Martian saying, message to my fellow Zeros, which is what this series has done with the breaking the fourth wall. Let's test out this green guy's observation of goodness. Activate your Despero vision to see the true nature of life and get a pair of scissors and cut along the dotted line above. If the state won't let you have anything sharp, use your grubby little fingers to rip a ragged line. So he's saying, like, hey, rip out this panel because some shit's about to happen in the next page. If you're a good person, you won't want to see this gratuitous violence, right? But you, someone who owns the book, is like, I'm not going to cut this out of the book. It's my book. And sure enough, the agents are dead. There's a firefight. And then John kind of has a mental break where he's like, shut up, both of you. And that's also where we see his wife kind of break free from the influence of the white Martian.
She's running away.
So she finds, but she only does it because the green Martian, you see like some green smoke, like he got to her. Yeah. And it was pretty much like, come to John. Yeah. All setting up the big showdown with all the Martians, pretty much. The Martian mindfuckers. What was that? Oh, yeah. The shot where... Okay, so this is what I find interesting, because it was really crazy to read this book and then the Batman book, because both have similar, like, twists. So one of the twists here at the end, he's having this conversation with the Dark Martian. He's like, you can't outrun the truth, partner. You have to face the music. Because he said it wasn't just a coincidence that you walked into that coffee shop. And that's where this Dark Martian is kind of laying out this whole idea of the Martian Manhunter has been you were picked for a reason. He has been manipulating you since forever. He's been here longer than you.
Well,
think.
There's a project.
And he says, are you even yourself? Have you really ever been yourself? And then it kind of cuts to a flashback of him with watching someone get the electric chair, and then like just like the jeez, it's just so like the art in this book, man. And then one of the favorite shots is like when he's kind of breaking it down is like when he goes into his eye and you see the color go from green to red, and then it looks like the Martian. Yeah. And then pretty much it wraps up with John reuniting with his wife, kind of setting up the final confrontation with the white Martian and how this is all going to end. I don't know, man. I'm still enjoying the book. I love the art. I love this story because it is like this really surreal story of, like I talked about before, about the falling apart of a marriage, the falling apart of a family. Yeah. The idea of the identity collapse and how we can lose each other, lose ourselves in these dark thoughts and lose ourselves in this perspective. And like, I don't know. I just think it's a really cerebral book and psychedelic, and just, I don't know, man. I fucking love it. I don't know what it is other than I just love looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what? A. Give it an A. What do you think, Tyler?
Oh, give it a B.
You're just not enjoying it as much as I am.
Look, those Defenders books that we read, those quick little miniseries, I loved them. The Doctor Strange thing we did, I loved that. It's too many. It's too much.
Do you feel like they're trying to... Yeah.
12 issues? Give me a fucking break. You could have done this all in 5. Yes, you could have. The Green Arrow, Absolute Green Arrow, 6 issues. This is gratuitous. You want to talk about pacing? Fuck me, dude. It was like issue 5 before I think we saw the actual Martian Manhunter.
Like in his physical? Like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure up until then it was just him with weird colored smoke coming out of his head and whatever. Okay. Next month. Woo. Then we're done.
You just hate DC, man.
No. I just don't care for
I'm
books
messing with
that
you.
don't seem to get anywhere.
I guess.
We're doing 3 fucking DC books this week.
Hey, you got Hulk. At the end.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
Absolute Batman number 20.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Snyder writing it. Nick Dragotta drawing it. So the book opens with the Joker in the Joker cave and just laughing.
Who has a lot of the things that the
Finally
regular
starts
Batman
laughing,
has.
and then you see his like demon form peeking through. So
Also,
gross. This book is so
his
gross.
Baby throne.
This book is so gross, man. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice the baby. That's why I'm like, I think it's the same guy,
Yeah, it is.
and he's just been feeding off these babies. Like, what the fuck, Scott? Who hurt you, man? So
This book is a lot of straw man.
I like it.
Scarecrow.
I like how he does Scarecrow in this. And am I crazy or does Scarecrow look like his dad? Kind of look like Thomas. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I mean, clearly there's another thing about like your whole life has
So-
been a lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, okay, we'll get in there. So last issue, Gordon was mind
Killed.
controlled off a roof by
Yeah.
the Scarecrow. That Batman they pinned it all on Batman. He also managed to recover the files before Jim could burn them.
Mm.
So he looks into him. I love this panel of him being like, what? Just love how it's drawn. So he also kind of goes radio silent after everything, doesn't want to talk to everybody. And he's trying to piece together all this shit that he found from Gordon. Harley Quinn breaks in with Alfred, and they're like, nah, man, they're not doing anything.
I like seeing what the Riddler's up to.
Yeah, we see Waylon trying to convince Riddler, and then Riddler just goes, oh, we're all busy.
Yeah.
And he's showing like, oh,
That's
they're
interesting.
coming into the role of being the villain. Harvey's pissed because all the people he put in jail get let out because of Batman murders, because they know he worked with Batman to bring in the criminals. So now he's chilling at this club, making his move. I love all of the redesigns, I think. I love the long hair on Harvey. I love how fucking gross Penguin looks.
Yeah.
In the Iceberg Lounge, they're going to go blow up the other. They have no business. So the solution that Oswald has is to go blow up the other club.
Yeah.
And essentially, we also like Waylon still tries to convince him, and Riddler's like, no.
Yeah.
We see the past of what Batman had to do for Falcone after Waylon didn't do the dive.
Mhm.
And then he visits, so he knows how to get into Blackgate. So he gets into Blackgate prison to visit Joe Chill.
Yeah.
And then he's like, tell me it's a lie. Tell me it's a lie. And he goes, what lie? What lie?
Yeah.
And then we have Scarecrow show up. And Scarecrow says like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. And makes Joe Chill hang himself.
Mhm.
And he calls him Bruce. He knows who he is. And he just goes, yeah, your whole life's been a lie. You know why? It's because your mom was in the Court of Owls. And that's why she's just...
Why do you think your dad was brought to the
zoo at that time?
Okay.
So then I'm like, okay. But he keeps saying Batman. Like, he's like, Batman was a thing for the beginning. Da, da, da. I don't think he means Batman specifically, but it does make it sound stupid in
your
a way.
whole life is a
Well,
lie.
you know what it is? It's Scott Snyder flipping Batman on its head and saying, rather than Batman created Joker, Joker created Batman.
Okay.
So Joker, but then I'm like, okay, fine. But, well, maybe even not even that. It might even be the Night Owl, the Court of Owls created Batman. But even though, what's the end game? Was he supposed to be a Talon? Was he supposed to serve them? I'm sure we'll find out in the next couple issues.
Sure.
Which is good writing because I'm asking questions. But the whole thing, because I'm just saying he kind of looks like him. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm just trying to make a connection. But eventually what happens is he kills Joe Chill. Mm-hmm. Batman tries to save him, and Scarecrow's like, no. Chops off his cape when he's trying to grab him. Yeah. He's like, I'll tear you apart. And he's like, yeah, I guess that's my cue to leave. So then he leaves, and whew. Cops show up.
And then fight the Robins.
But it's not the cops.
It's the
Robins. Also, the giant-ass mech that he runs. Like, the scale of this book... You and I have talked about it so many times. We're 20 issues in.
Insane.
My disbelief is gone. The man drove an elevator shaft, and he fought a Bane that was the size of Godzilla. I'm fine. But I love it, dude.
Meanwhile, I have trouble watching Banshee and a guy getting punched in the head more than 3 times.
I do love the...
But I have no problem with Godzilla-sized Bane.
That has always bothered me in shows. Like when they just hang on a shot and the guy just keeps punching a guy for like 8
You
punches.
can't do that in real life. So they're dead.
Your hand's gonna break.
Yes.
And they are hamburger. They are dead. Their brain is mush. Anyway. But even this little bit makes me fucking excited for the next issue because, and again, good writing. Because he hits the fucking mech, falls down, and then it's like, oh, I got him. And of course, Jason is the one that's just like opening fire, just shooting at him. He clips him, doesn't quite get him, but he falls down. And then he lands, and Duke and Steph close in. And then Duke. So all the Robins are kind of surrounding him. And I love this shot so goddamn much. He just goes, kid, get out of there, run. And he goes, no. He just pops that fucking battle axe off. I'm like, let's do it. And I still hate that logo, but I love the battle axe. It's true. I hate it. I hate that I wanted to shit on this so much, but it's so damn good every fucking month.
Oh yeah, dude. Every.
I'm just kidding. I'm not mad. Again, you want to talk about what we talked about earlier? Prime example. We shat on this idea.
Oh, as soon as I remember very distinctly that
A+.
You brought it up.
By the way.
You brought it up, and I hadn't even seen anything, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I went and looked at it, and we were just both like, I wish we could fucking find the episode.
Oh, when we talk, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on our YouTube channel. Like
yeah. Oh, probably because we were just like,
this
what
the
stupid. Fuck? That's not even
We're gonna reboot these characters again. And then I was like, you cut to when we actually like it. And I'm like, that's the beauty of these characters. Is you can reinvent them.
First issue was, fucking crazy.
All of them rattled their teeth. Yeah. All right, so this is a book. This next one.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
This is a trade, so we're gonna be talking about all 5 issues and kind of a broad thing.
One of the best things, real quick. One of the best things that Al Ewing has done in the last 10 years was the Immortal Hulk, and why is because he brought horror back to the Hulk book, which it hadn't seen in a while, and maybe had not really been touched on enough.
I mean, he was a monster originally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this book, I read almost the entire run. It left with the series after it is where he becomes a spaceship.
And then that leads into Infernal Hulk.
That led into Hulk.
Well, yeah, Phil
which
Kennedy
was
Johnson.
a series where he becomes the other, or whatever it's called. And then Infernal Hulk is what we're reading now. But Immortal Hulk is where all this started.
Yeah, and Infernal Hulk,
during Civil War, was it Civil War II?
Yeah, Clint shoots him in the head.
He gives an arrow to Hawkeye and says, hey, if anything ever happens, shoot me and it'll kill me. So at this
everybody
point...
thinks he's dead.
Yes.
Everybody thinks Bruce Banner and Hulk are dead.
Yes.
So... It is funny to go, interesting to go back and read this, given that I have the context of Infernal Hulk.
Yeah.
So I knew there were ties to Immortal Hulk here. And I already had a concept of the Green Door I had known about this series. I never read it, but I had known about it.
Mm-hmm.
So going into it as someone who loves horror, I was very excited to read about it. And I gotta say, from this, and I told you, I was like, now I gotta read the other trades. I want to finish the run.
Yeah.
Because I knew I would like it, but I think I would be remiss if we didn't address it. We have to address it.
Yeah.
Joe Bennett is a piece of shit.
Yeah. He's
Fuck
a
that
giant
guy.
piece of shit.
That Nazi fuck.
Which sucks because
the art is fantastic
is fucking
in this
brilliant,
book.
and he did almost the entire run.
He's horrifying in this book. He is scary as shit when you look at him in panels. I'm reading it in broad daylight in a well-lit room, and I'm uneasy about it because it's just the way that he's drawn, and
it's almost the way the Hulk should have always been done, right?
Yeah,
almost.
He should be scary.
That first issue is like that's the way it should always be done.
Yeah,
he's a hero, but
I mean, how
you know what I mean? Yeah,
you're a giant green monster. There's only, well, this whole setup is just great. Like, okay, so the whole book, the first issue starts with a Roxxon gas station getting robbed and 3 people being murdered, including Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
But God, man, the build up to finally getting to Hulk in that first issue is fantastic because you find out that the guy robbed the place because he's trying to pay off a debt to these bikers. And
who are all pieces of shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh well, they don't give a fuck that he killed people. Like, go get us more money, bitch.
Yeah, go rob another gas station.
Yeah,
ha ha ha.
Or go grab something else that'll get you more than $200. And so as that's happening, thoom, outside, and you just see like shit shaking, and then you just see 2 giant green hands rip through.
Here, let me see this real quick.
Well, I want to get to the I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But my favorite
before that.
Okay. But my favorite part is when he confronts him.
Oh yeah. Giant.
It's a 2-page splash. It's giant Hulk, and he just goes, Sandra Ann Brockhurst, that was her name.
Yeah.
That was the little 10-year-old girl that he shot
killed,
at the gas station. Because he shot her and her mom and Bruce.
No, he shot her and the gas station guy. The mom survived.
Oh yeah, because the mom was pumping gas.
Okay, so we see the 2 big green hands come in, and all you hear is like no, and gunfire, and he's running away, and a gunfire, shoot him for the eyes. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any. God no. I know what you are. I know what you are, you son of a bitch. You're him. You're the, and then silence.
Yeah.
And that is, to me, that's when it's like, that's just really cool. But yeah, Sandra Ann Brockhurst, that was her name. But like,
oh my God. Yeah. Then after that is a 2-page splash of just like, she was 12. Because then you get to see the justice of Hulk, where it's like, oh, he's not just this man. I'm like, God damn, look at the grin. Like
the eyes at the end of the
oh, well,
sequence.
yeah, I want to talk about that too. But just some of this shots where he's just shooting him in the chest,
yeah,
and then he just goes, on someone who deserved, he goes, wondering what you could do if you let the power loose, on someone who deserved it, I mean. Know how I found you, Tommy? Because since you pulled that trigger, you've been lying to yourself, and I could smell a liar. Just like, okay. And then he's like, please, I have a family, I have a little girl. You don't say. And then she's like, I know, I didn't want this. I made a mistake. Don't you ever make a mistake? Please, I swear, I'm not a bad guy. And so first of all, it's like 6 panels,
yeah.
and the panels, he's just like, trying to hear this guy out. Yeah. And then when he says, I'm not a bad guy, look at his eyes fucking change.
Yeah.
And then just go, what do you think? And it's just like, fucking shit. Again, well-lit room, broad daylight. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So we cut to the guys in the hospital, and this reporter
broken every bone.
This reporter is talking to a cop, and the cop is like, who do you think it is, dude?
Yeah.
It's a guy who disappeared from the morgue, and then a big green guy shows up later. Who do you think it is, dude?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not then Bruce says the same thing the next morning. He's looking at himself in the mirror and he goes, I'm not a bad person, am I? And then it's just Hulk in the mirror and be like, what do you think?
Or is he both?
What do you think? Yeah, and then or is he both? Because the whole thing is or is he both?
So it's the first 5 issues of the series, The other issues, there's the next issue deals with a doctor.
The whole
it's
premise
kind of a
is
monster of the week type of thing for a couple of issues.
Yeah, and so Hulk's big thing in the second issue,
Traveling from town to town.
He takes down this guy.
Yeah.
And he's just been roaming.
That's a great fucking
the second issue's
story.
Fucking awesome.
Right.
Because he's in a town that has been having these disappearances and people have been dying.
People mourn and then they die.
Yeah.
And it's because this doctor tried to make his son immortal.
What Hulk did.
Yeah, and he killed him, so he buries him in the cemetery without any precautions.
It irradiates the ground, and it irradiates the
So
people.
then what he does is he tears his fucking arms and legs off and buries him.
Buries him because he can't die because because the Hulk is understanding the Green Door. And so the image is amazing. Like,
right?
Don't lie, fly. I could smell a liar. And then, like, as it's happened, I want to get to the image of it.
When Sasquatch shows up is when I kind of tuned out.
A little bit, yeah. When he fights the guy, I want to get the images because the guy's pleading. He's like, no, I can't. And it is a horrifying image because the guy can't die. So he's just sitting there forever. Buried under all these rocks, 20 feet into the ground. Like, it's insane. Just, again, I can't get...
I like how Ewing also had a habit of not titling the issue until the very end of the issue. So you wouldn't see the title of the issue until the very end.
The Walking Ghosts.
Yeah, I believe that's third issue is all the different art styles. Is that right?
Oh, I love this. Yeah. So
Where
the third issue is the
witnesses.
reporter trying to follow the Hulk doing his thing,
which is really, really interesting.
So one of the lines that's my favorite from this book that really make it fucking awesome in a horror book, and I love it, is when Bruce is doing something, he's like, "I need to get back before night because night is his time."
Yeah.
The Hulk always comes out at night.
See, that's when it was. Hulk was always coolest when it was like, nighttime is when he comes out. Like, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's okay when he's like rage, but that's like, well, then it can happen anytime.
Well, and
if you put a set time on it, like when the sun goes down.
And I'm sure once I finish,
shit.
like, I actually read the whole run and everything. But like, I do love that this book focuses so much on the idea that Bruce can die, but the Hulk can't.
Yeah.
Because the Hulk had the Green Door opened, and the Hulk will always go through the Green Door. And I love the idea of like Green Door being death, and the Green Door is how the Gamma people can stay alive.
So by this point, when I buy this trade, which is again the first 5 issues,
so each individual person
has different art.
For telling the story of when they encountered the Hulk, and it's awesome.
When I buy this trade, it is probably it was a 50-issue run, 50 issues, 50, and this is probably around 38, 39. It's getting close to the end. We know it's a 50-issue run, so around 40, 41, 42, around there is when I bought this because I wanted to see how it started. Because I remember, it's not in this book, but in one of the early issues, like the first 10 issues, they kill the Hulk and then they eviscerate him. They put him into jars. So like his head is in a jar, his hands are in a jar, and he somehow breaks free and reanimates because he's the Hulk, right?
He'll find a way. Yeah,
right.
He's always going to go through the Green Door.
And I remember this was when I was still reading comic book CBR, comic book
resources.
Yeah. That was when I was still reading that website quite frequently, and I remember reading something about that issue and how they brought horror back to Hulk, and the Immortal Hulk is one of the best. You should be reading this if you're not.
Yeah.
I didn't read it for a long time still after that, but then I think when we started doing books, I think, or I can't remember, because we started doing books like 3 years ago. I think we did the thing with Mayhem, and I believe, and I was buying most of my Hulks through there. I think I got this trade at Jay's, and I've been pretty much getting my comics at Jay's ever since.
Yeah. So at the end of the third issue, the Walking Go or they get set up that the next issue is going to be Sasquatch, and Sasquatch is a long-running Hulk villain.
Well,
adversary. I don't even know.
they went to Bruce Banner and Walter
Went to school
Lankowski
together.
went to school together, and Bruce was the nerd, and Lankowski was the smart jock.
And he wanted to use the
The
gamma.
problem with Lankowski and Sasquatch is he didn't release a monster that was already there. He created a portal to these
the
old
green door.
gods.
Yeah.
No, it's not even the Green Door. It's something else. It's these old gods. It was dealt with in Alpha Flight towards the end of Alpha Flight.
Okay.
Back in the 80s. But Sasquatch, he is constantly in danger of losing himself in the Sasquatch because the Sasquatch, unlike the Hulk being an alter ego of Bruce Banner, the Sasquatch is an entirely different being that Lankowski inhabits.
Yeah, and they talk about it in this
for
issue.
a time.
Yeah.
But at some point, the Sasquatch can take over. And again, these are like the old gods from like Canada, like Eskimo gods. You know what I'm talking about?
They address it in this book.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
So that's the problem, is that for a long time it was, Sasquatch is just like Hulk, but it's what happened when he da-da-da-da-da. But no, they actually wrote it. I think Bill Mantlo was the writer who finished up. And this was towards the end of Alpha Flight when like they were on the run and they were in a spaceship and shit, and it was fucking crazy.
So there's a bar fight that goes on, and Sasquatch tries to break it up, and he gets stabbed. Well, not Sasquatch. Lankowski gets stabbed. But remember, he fucked with Gamma, and he knows where the Green Door is. So in the hospital, while they think he's dead, the Sasquatch wakes up. And because that whole
I like
time,
how he draws Sasquatch.
yeah, I love Sasquatch. And oh god, how he transforms out of Sasquatch! Oh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. But yeah, in this next issue, they kind of touch on what you did about the Alpha Flight stuff, and then eventually Bruce shows up at the hospital as Hulk, and then turns into Hulk and then fights him.
And during the fight,
Because Sasquatch slices Bruce's throat, and Sasquatch even says, "I don't want to talk to him." Slices his throat, being like, "Fucking bring on the Hulk," because he knows this was gonna happen. So he's like, "It hurts to die, doesn't it, Bruce?" And then Bruce is choking on his blood and says, "Always." And then, "And when you're hurt, Banner, I take it personal," is when Hulk shows it, because it's one panel bleeding out, next it's his eyes transforming into the Hulk. I'm like, God, man. You can show me the green eye transformation 1,000 times, and I will still love it every time.
Yeah, but it still pales in comparison to Bill Bixby in the TV show. It does. Sorry.
So anyway, Sasquatch Hulk fight. But in the fight, Hulk absorbs the gamma from Sasquatch, and he becomes Walter again. And what did he say? He goes, "Gamma radiation, I absorb it, makes me stronger. Took all of his, no more Sasquatch, no more dad," or whatever that was. Because when he's doing it, he sees a reflection of his dad, of Bruce's dad.
Yeah.
He's like, "You saved him," and he's like, "Shut up, McGee. You're with the local paper." He's like, "Stop following me. It's personal. The truth. Now, what's going on?" And again, it's horrifying, scary. He's so scary looking in this book. I love it. But he just tells her, like, "Go home. This is bigger than this shit. Run away." And then we end the book the same way we started the book, where it's the same line. There are two people in every mirror. There's one you can see, and then there's the other one, the one you don't want to. And in the reflection is Bruce's dad. What does it mean? Well, you know, because you read the whole series. But
I mean, you can mine that shit for decades.
Well, so I'm not familiar with. So in the Ang Lee's Hulk, Nick Nolte is the absorbing man, which I know is not in the. It was made for the movie, but was his dad abusive in the comics?
Oh yeah.
So they kept that
his dad
part of
killed his mom.
Okay, so they kept that in the Ang Lee Hulk because while I was looking at that, I was like, wasn't his dad abusive in the comics? Is what I was trying to remember.
That's one thing about the Ang Lee Hulk that a lot of people don't give credit for.
Yeah, he did the thing. Yeah, he did do that.
It's a very real depiction of domestic violence and domestic abuse. Also, he used panels in a movie. Fuck all y'all.
Look,
all right?
man, I think
he used panels. That's
okay,
awesome.
okay.
Fuck you.
Go watch it now. Go watch that movie now.
No.
Here's the
'cause
thing.
It sucks.
No. I think it's better than we remember it. I think it was
absolutely
ahead of
is.
its time and
Absolutely
what superhero
it
movies were
was.
trying
Yes,
to do.
It was.
But I will defend that some of that shit looks ugly. Like, some of those panels are fucking annoying, dude.
Whatever.
Sometimes it's cool, but the novelty wears off when they're having a conversation across from each other like you and I are, but we got to split it into a panel.
All right.
And I'm like, you fucker. Stop
Shut
getting
up.
cute.
Shut up.
And then when the dude gets blown up, there's a scene where a guy gets blown up into frame, and it does a panel. Like, there's some weird shots in that movie. That being said, I am interested to read more of this book. I would love to finish the run and read, because there's only 50, right? So I'd love to read the next 45 issues.
Yeah, here's the other thing too, is that the Hulk has been around for a long time, and
just as long as Spider-Man.
Every one of these
Thor.
characters has been around forever.
Captain
It
America.
seems like they struggle to find new ideas. Right now, Thor is a mortal guy. Okay, but
it's a street level.
But it's working.
Yeah.
Right now, the Infernal Hulk, especially, is dealing with the idea that an entirely different entity can take over the Hulk, the Hulk creature. Now, I've always been a fan of the Hulk because he reminds me of myself in that I've always desired that when I get really, really angry that I'm stronger than everybody else. That I can just say fuck it and break shit and people will leave me alone, right?
Yeah.
I've always felt like that. And I love that there are writers like Al Ewing, and right now it's Nick Klein? No, Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Nick Klein.
And the guy who started writing the Hulk where he was a spaceship. I can't remember the fucking
This is Donny
writer.
Cates.
Huh? Donny Cates. I love that they've been able to take this character and use stuff that has always been there, and just twist it just slightly. And here's a whole other aspect to the character.
I love the idea that Al Ewing was like, well, why can't the Hulk? Like let's explore why the Hulk can't die, or what makes I love that idea.
Yeah, let's really dive into the whole Bruce Banner has died and does die sometimes, and the Hulk always comes. Let's deal with
the Hulk
that
will always
horror
bring him back. Yeah,
that the Bruce Banner always has to deal with this horror of whatever.
Well, because if you think about it, like nobody can ever experience this, but the idea sounds brutal. You get fucking murdered like he does in this book, where he gets shot in the head, he gets his throat slit, and then. And the next thing you know, you're awake, and you have no idea what.
Well, you're not awake, but
no,
you
I know,
are
but
kind
but
of.
when you come to after the Hulk's been out, you're like, I don't even know what the fuck he did.
Yeah.
I'm alive again, so.
Yeah.
But I agree. Like, it's crazy to think that it took somebody like Al Ewing to be like, well, why does the Hulk come back? Let's have fun with this. Let's kind of go into this.
Yeah.
And I'm. It's just funny because it's like it used to be Donny Cates, but he had recently, like a year or two ago, had a serious accident, and he hasn't.
Well, that's why that one guy finished. the series,
and he hasn't been writing for a while. But it used to be Marvel calls up him and like, hey, we need you to take a little bit lesser known character or a popular character and kind of flip it on its head and redo it. Then after that happened with him, now it's Al Ewing. Al Ewing is did it with Immortal Hulk. He's doing it now with Mortal Thor, and taking, like we said, a book that I thought was stupid on its face, but then takes this idea.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, what if we'd make a street level Thor that doesn't have powers
so fucking well?
Yeah. And that's what I feel about this book. Let's make Hulk scary again.
And yet he's still fucked up absolute Green Lantern.
True.
Still smelling his own farts.
Oh yeah, right.
That's what he did after he farted.
You ever hear of a blade job?
Off panel, off job with Jake and Tyler.